I will start with my presentation. It is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
sir.
topic of this talk is, yes? Audible also?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are audible.
Yeah, okay. This, sir, you can start recording if you wish. Yeah. I will give you the basics of this circuit analysis using MATLAB. Suppose I will not go into means the basics of MATLAB, how you can do that and how to open or all these things, since it is more than one, means at least one day has been passed, so you know how to open MATLAB and do this. So suppose you are having this basic circuit, resistive circuit, where you have been asked to vary the input voltage Vs from V1 to V2 in the steps of 0.1 volt, and you are required to find the current I for the corresponding value of Vs, that is this current I, okay, which is flowing in this R6 resistance. I've taken some these examples somewhere, so I give the credit also at the last. So how you can find out the current in, if you are doing it manually, what you will do? You will calculate the parallel resistance of these three branches and sum of these three series resistance. Okay, so that will be what? Rs will be R1 plus R2 plus R3, and what will be the parallel resistance? That is this, by this formula. Okay, yes or no? That is 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R4 plus 1 by R5 plus 1 by R6, and because of that you will get this equivalent circuit Vs equal V, this, where this is the source and this is the series resistance, this is your parallel resistance. Now if you want to find out the output voltage, what will be the method? You have to use voltage divider, that is Rp upon Rp plus Rs into Vs, that is your output voltage. And since this current I has been denoted to flow, means it is flowing in this resistance R6, so what will be the current flowing into this resistance R6? That will be V0 by R6. Okay, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yeah, you can speak.
Yes, sir.
So now this is the basic code and this is the circuit. I will go directly into MATLAB window. These are, I have written all the these programs. I will just explain all of you. See here, it visible? This code is visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So since suppose you are having a voltage source Vs, so we are writing Vs equal to some value from say 8 to 16, suppose. Okay, you can change this also from some other value you can write, but in my laptop it is giving some error that matrix matching, but when I'm closing the MATLAB and running back, it is giving the right result. So maybe some dimensions problem, matrix problem issue. So suppose you are varying the input voltage from 8 to 16 in the steps of 0.1 volt. Okay, and you are entering the values of resistance R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 separated by semicolons. Clear? Then you are writing the sum, that is the series resistance. You are computing the series resistance Rs equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3, and you are computing the parallel resistance of the three resistance R4, R5, R6 by writing this equation Rp equal to 1 upon and the resistance, corresponding resistances. Then since it has been asked that you have to plot what, you have to find the current for each value. So what we are doing, we are writing this for loop. Okay, for that purpose what we are doing, you can go here. Suppose you are writing help for, okay, what you are getting, you can see, just a minute, help for, okay, and you can find out what it does mean. See here, repeat statements a specific number of times, and the general form is this one. For variable expression statements and end, means for and end they are combined together, means they are forming a pair. So what we are doing, we are taking one variable k and we are determining how many times. So what we have done, since we are varying Vs from 8 to 16, so what we have done, we have mentioned k equal to 1 to length of Vs. So till Vs is varying, means whatever length Vs is having, number of points, for that time we are varying this loop. Okay, and then what we are doing, we are computing the output voltage value. So what is the output voltage value? As you've seen in this graph, in this equation, output voltage is equal to Rp upon the potential divider or voltage divider equation, that is Rp upon Rp plus Rs into Vs. And since we have to find out the voltage at each point, which is determined by variation of source voltage Vs. Okay. So what we have done, we plotted, when we computed VOK, that is output at different k points, is equal to Vsk into Rp upon Rp plus Rs. And then similarly, we computed the current Ik equal to V0k, that is output voltage divided by the current resistance R6, because this current I is flowing into resistance R6. Now, that was your computation part. Now to plot, what you can do, you can use this command, plot VSI. Suppose you want to know what you mean by this, what you can do, help plot. What is saying?
सर यहाँ पे फॉर लूप में आपने ब्रेसेस का यूज नहीं करा है, तो क्या ये तीनों स्टेटमेंट एग्जीक्यूट होंगे या फिर सिर्फ फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट एग्जीक्यूट होगा?
कौन सा वाला? ये वाला?
सर यस
ये
सर।
लूप में जाएगा ना, एंटर तो
सर
होगा।
तो यहाँ पे हमने ब्रेसेस यूज नहीं करे ना।
कहाँ पर?
फॉर लूप के बाद मतलब ब्रेसेस लगते हैं ना यहाँ पे।
सी में होगा शायद, यहाँ पर ऐसा कोई शायद सिंटेक्स में है नहीं, देखो शायद, देखो आप सी में अपने आप हेल्प 4 करके देख सकते हैं, हेल्प 4 करके आप डिटेल सी कर सकते हैं, है ना?
ओके।
चलिए, सपोज यू आर हैविंग दिस, यू आर प्लॉटिंग, तो इफ यू वांट टू नो व्हाट डू मीन बाय प्लॉट, व्हाट यू कैन डू, you can write help plot. Okay, first of all I clear it, help plot. What this plot is indicating you, plot. See, plot, these are the details. So you can, there are a number of variations of plot command. Okay, you can go and you can find out here. So plot, that is a linear plot. So plot xy plots vector y versus vector x. If x or y is a matrix, then the vector is plotted versus the row or column of the vectors. So you can find out what the meaning of that. So what we are doing, we are plotting the input voltage and the current I. Then this command grid is provide you that plot with the grid. This is your x label, that is x-axis label, that is Vs, and this is your unit in volts. This is y level, that is your y on y-axis. What we are having current I, and the unit is ampere, and the title of the curve is current in R6. Okay, that's we are done. Now I will run it. See here, this is your title, this is your current, this is your voltage. The input voltage is varying from 8 to 16, and correspondingly the current is varying linearly. Okay, so this way you can find out current in the specific resistance R6. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the first example. Second example, I will talk about the nodal analysis. Nodal. What we are doing in nodal analysis? Can anyone suggest? What we are doing actually?
We
in
are
nodal
just
analysis. Yeah. Speak out. Anyone?
Sir, on the
we are
one
just
junction,
using Kirchhoff law,
the
Kirchhoff current law, KCL.
So what we are doing in that? What is the objective of nodal analysis?
sir, on the junction, sir, the sum of entering currents and the sum of entering currents and outgoing currents is 0.
Yeah. So
We are finding
what
the
we want to do from that?
voltage.
We want to determine what are the node voltages.
Yes.
Okay. So we use this KCL, that is Kirchhoff's current law, to state that for any electrical circuit, the algebraic sum of all the currents at any node in the circuit equals to 0. Yes or no? Sum of all the currents entering or leaving is equal to 0. So in nodal analysis, if there are n nodes in a circuit, and we select, what we do, we select one of the node as a reference node and then number other nodes from V1 to Vn minus 1. Okay. If we assume that admittance, suppose instead of impedance, we are talking about admittance. If we assume that the admittance between nodes I and j, there are two nodes, is given as Yij, we can write the nodal equation in terms of given equation like y11 v1 plus y12 v2 plus so on for current I1. Similarly, for second node y21 v1 plus y22 v2 plus y2m v1 and so on. So this will be the basic equation in terms of admittance, that is admittance multiplied by voltage, that is your current. Okay. So what it is saying here, m is your n minus 1, means how many times this m. Okay. V1, V2 and Vm are voltages from nodes 1 and 2 and so on.
Sir, here
And
admittance means resistance. Huh?
no, admittance, because I is equal to V by R or V by Z.
Yes,
So 1
sir.
by Z is what? Y.
Sir, it's impedance basically.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Z is impedance. 1
Yes,
upon
sir.
Z is
Z is
admittance.
impedance.
There is no such thing that you can always denote Z with impedance. The okay, normal convention is this. You can say A is impedance, suppose. But in general, what we are doing, Y admittance, because we are having A, B, C, D and other parameters. Z is denoted as impedance, Y is denoting your admittance. So what is I current actually? V by R. So what is 1 by R? That is, or what is 1 by Z? That is Y. So what we are doing, we are writing Y into V equal to I, because MATLAB solve the equation in terms of matrix.
सर
Okay.
यहाँ पे सर एडमिटेंस का मतलब क्या है फिर से?
Admittance का मतलब क्या हुआ? I by V. That is ratio of current flowing divided by voltage. What is Z? What is impedance?
Sir,
Ratio of voltage by current.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What is admittance? Inverse of impedance.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
I by V. Yes or no? Just to simplify
Okay.
this. Because what we are getting two matrices, Y and V, which is giving us the I. Okay. So what is the solution? Because in nodal this analysis, what we are trying to find out, we are trying to find out the node voltages. So what will be V? V will be Y inverse of I. Okay. And to solve this, what we can do, we can use this command V equal to inverse of Y into I. That is, inverse of Y is the inverse of matrix Y. Okay. May I go ahead? So suppose I want to do the same problem here. What I will do, I will write down Y in terms of matrix. So suppose this is your question. So if this is your circuit, say, where V1, V2, you need to find out the node voltage V1, V2 and V3 for the given circuit. So what you will do usually, you write down the node equations. This means for node 1 KCL equations, for node 1, node 2 and node 3. So we are getting, by writing this equation, we are getting this equation 0.5 V1 minus 0.1 V2 minus 0.05 V3. You all know how to do in I think first year engineering students have studied the fundamentals of electrical engineering, and whoever done some course in electric circuit, they know how to solve this equation, how to write equations for node voltage, means in terms of KCL. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So
Yes,
for
sir.
node 1,
Yes, sir.
well, node 1, what will be the case? V1 minus V2 by 10 plus V1 minus V3 by 20, okay, equal to, see here, V1 minus V2 by 10 plus V1 minus V3 by 20 equal to 5 or minus 5 equal to 0, okay. Similarly, you can write for node 2, node 3, and when we are representing, see here, this is the equation. Now, when we are representing in terms of matrix, what you will get, you will enter the coefficients of V1, V2, and V3. Yes or no? So this is what? For this equation, we will enter in matrix 0.15 minus 0.1 minus 0.05. So we entered this. Then for second equation, for third equation, then we are writing V1, V2, V3, and this is your current. What is the current? I 5, 0, and 2. So this is why V equal to I. So what I have done, I written the equations for different nodes, entered those coefficient in terms of matrix, and then I written a MATLAB code. So what I will do, I will write y in terms of matrix. So what are the values? You already know. See here, 0.15 minus 0.5 minus 0.05. So y1 is row, means first row, we are entering 0.15 minus 0.1 minus 0.05, then semicolon. Okay. Suppose you are writing here, say A or C equal to 0.15, then minus 0.1, then minus 0.05. What you are getting? Oh, some, I think C I use somewhere. So it is possible it is getting that, taking that. Whatever, what you will get if I'm writing this?
Yes, sir.
Here, this is matrix. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the use of semicolon? What is the use of semicolon?
Just to assign a value.
It will create a variable but will not print.
So it stores in the
means
workspace.
inhibiting the printing. Stop it. Just now you seen this.
Sir, only for
आगे का print नहीं करता.
Yes, printing नहीं होगा
Yes,
आपका,
sir.
है ना? Okay, so this is the matrix. Now, similarly, I entered current, which was 5, 0, 2. So 5, 0, and 2. If I write here, I'll get the same thing. And then I want to print. What I want to print? For that, I'm using this fprintf. You can use again help and fprintf. You'll get the details. See here. What it will do? Fprintf write formatted data to text file. Okay. So you'll print, means when you are getting the result, what you will get? You'll find out the values here. Say, for example, fprintf, what you want to print? Nodal voltages V1, V2, and V3 are, and terminator, that's /n. Then what you want to compute? You want to compute, see, y v equal to inverse of y into y, because we written the equations and then entered the matrix in terms of what? Y and I. So I want to compute v. So if I'm running, what I will get? See here, I am getting the output voltage. This nodal voltages. Nodal voltages V1, V2, and V3 are, say, 404, 350, and 412 volt. So by this way, you can find out node voltages if you know, if you written the equations correctly. So this will ease you the solution. You need not to do the paper pencil work. If you have the equations, simply enter and you can find out the node voltages. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you so please
Okay.
question again?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you see question again?
Question.
So question. Yes, a question again.
Yeah. Clear?
सर अभी अपने इसमें
Yes.
जो अपने मैट्रिक्स में अंदर जो अपने वैल्यूज निकाली थी अपने लिखी थी 0.15
हाँ,
0.02 सो सर कैन वी क्या हम क्या इन वैल्यूज को मैटलैब से कंप्यूट नहीं कर सकते ये तो हमने मैनुअली कंप्यूट की ना
हम्म,
मैट्रिक्स की जो वैल्यूज थी अपने 0.15 माइनस 0.1 एंड अनदर वन
उसके
जो
लिए आपको
वैल्यूज
सर्किट को एटलीस्ट सर्किट को आपको एनालाइज तो करना पड़ेगा ना।
सर एनालिसिस तो किया हमने हम एनालिसिस करने के बाद में हम सिमुलेशन से इसको अपन अगर डाल दें और उसकी वैल्यूज निकल जाएं और वहां से वैल्यू को निकाल के मैटलैब के कोड के अंदर डाल दें तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा ना।
हाँ, तो आपको ये इक्वेशन सारा लिखना पड़ेगा पूरा वहां पर।
हाँ
बट
ये
बट
कुछ
हाँ,
काम अच्छा हो जाएगा ना जैसे अभी हमने मैनुअली किया है मैनुअली में कुछ
हाँ,
करेक्शन कुछ मिस्टेक हो सकती है राइट
हाँ,
लेकिन अगर सिमुलेशन से हमने किया इसको इसी सर्किट डायग्राम को मैंने उसमें चेंज किया सिमुलेशन के अंदर और वहां से मुझे रिजल्ट्स मिल गए और उस रिजल्ट्स को मैंने मैनिपुलेशन करके यहाँ पे मैंने
that I have not, yes, that I have not explored. But if you can, means you, what you are saying that you can write, you want to write V1 minus V2 by 10 plus
yes
V1 minus V3 by 20 minus 5.
yes
Okay,
yes
you can do, then again you have to compute V1, V2, V3 by mathematical iteration. If you are writing equation in terms of this, if you have this equation and you are writing this sum, what does it mean? If you are entering the matrix, this will
I
represent your
understand.
y.
I understand this point.
Yes.
I'm asking the 0.15 minus 0.1 minus 0.05 जो वैल्यूज निकली है अपन ने इन वैल्यूज को हम क्या मैटलैब से कंप्यूट नहीं कर सकते क्या?
I have not explored this. We can try for that later on.
या ये याद अच्छा रहेगा हाँ ओके ठीक है
You can try later on.
ठीक है
चलिए, next is this means if you have the equations, you can, means instead of computing mathematically, how you will compute this matrix? Suppose you want to find out I1, what you will do? If you have to do manually, it will take a lot of time. Yes or no? Hello?
yes
Hello?
sir yes
Yeah.
sir
So how you find out if mathematically, means by pen pencil approach you want to find out, you have to do calculations. But if
Yes,
you are
sir.
entering in terms of matrix, it will give directly the voltages.
yes
Means your task is being taken care by this soft MATLAB.
yes
Okay. Next, similar one more example. I will not go through this. You can go through it. Means find out. You can write out the equations and you can determine the node voltages. Then we'll go for this loop analysis, where we deal with Kirchhoff voltage law. Means what we are doing here, we are using KVL to write a set of independent simultaneous equation, and what it states, this KVL, means Kirchhoff's voltage law, states that the algebraic sum of all the voltages around any closed path in a circuit equals to 0. Clear? So what we can do, we'll write the equation in terms of impedance, means V equal to I into R or I into Z. Yes or no? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we'll write the equations in a loop. Okay. And then find out in a similar way. See, we'll find out the matrix for Z. We'll find out matrix for I. We'll find out matrix for V. Then what we'll do, we have to find out the loop currents. So I will be Z inverse of V. So if you know the equations, okay, and if we are, means we can enter in terms of matrix in this fashion, I equal to Z inverse V. So we can determine I, that is a current flowing in particular loop. Okay, suppose you are having this equation. What you have to use or this loop analysis to find out the current flowing through the resistor RB. This is the resistance RB. Okay, and also you are expected to find out the power supplied by this 10 volt voltage source. So what I will do, I will find out this I, means I will put I1 current here, I2 here, I3 here, and then manually what I will do, I will write the equations. So these are the
Yes,
equations. Okay, and since how I want to do that, I want in the format of this I equal to, if I want a matrix for Z, I want a matrix for current I and V. Okay, so this equation, these are the equations, final equations. After writing the equations for loop 1, loop 2, and loop 3, see, for loop 1, what will be the equation? If you are saying that using loop analysis and designating the loop currents as I1, I2, I3, how we can write? I1 minus I2 into 10. See, 10 into I1 minus I2 plus I1 minus I3 into 30
Yes, sir.
minus 10 equal to 0. So depending upon what convention you are using, but when you are moving the current direction, if you are writing minus, you can use that. Okay. So in this way, we'll find out the equations, and then we have 3 equations, 1, 2, and 3. In these 3 equations, we enter, this is what? You can say this is Z into I, or R into I, which is equivalent to voltage. So this is your voltage. So these are the coefficients: 40 minus 10 minus 30, 40 minus 10 minus 30, minus 10 plus 30 minus 5, minus 10 30 minus 5, and so on. And these are the voltages, that is 10 0 and 0, 10 0 0. So now if you want to compute the loop currents I1, I2, I3, you can use the same. See, so what you have done, we entered Z in terms of matrix. The same question which I think one of the fellows asked, they can try for that. Okay, so Z is entered in terms of matrix 40 minus 10 30. V, either you can enter in terms of transpose or in this fashion, this matrix V, and I'm writing I equal to inverse of Z into V. And then to compute the current flowing into RB, where is RB? This is your RB. So what is the current? The current can be I2 minus I3 or I3 minus I2, depending upon. So I'm writing IRB equal to I3 minus I2. So whatever component, I3 means the current denoted by 3 and second current. So I3 minus I2. And if I want to print, I can use this command, means statement fprintf, and whatever you want to write, the current through RB is. This is showing how many digits you want to have in terms amperes and N. What you want to print? IRB. Okay. And if you want to compute the power supplied by source, what will be power supplied by source? Either I1 into V1, because power supplied by source is what? V1, or you can say this voltage multiplied by this current I1. Okay. So V1 into I1, or power supplied is equal to I1 into, directly you can say voltage source, since it is given that voltage source is of 10 volt. So I1 into 10. This will compute, and you can print the power supplied by 10 volt source is so and so. So suppose I'm writing this. You are getting this. The current flowing through RB is this much, and the power supplied by 10 volt source is 4.753 watt. So this way you can do that. It's in your hand.
So can you print the values of I1, I2, I3? After the I is equal to this one, yes, yes. After this one, semicolon, yes, semicolon.
See here.
Yeah, after semicolon, please.
No,
yes.
after semicolon,
Okay. I can understand. I1, I2, 3, right, sir, right.
Yeah, I1, I2, I3.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Means semicolon is actually what it is doing. It is stopping the printing.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. May I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Hello? May I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the one example. Another example you can have here. Second, I'm not going through this because I've been given only 1 hour, or I think 15-20 minutes already over. Then suppose you want to compute maximum power. What this theorem says? Anyone?
Maximum power is delivered from the source to load, and the source resistance is equal to the load resistance.
So assume that we have a voltage source VS with resistance RS connected to load RL. So this is the circuit. So what will the voltage across load RL? That is VS into RL upon RL plus RS. So this is the voltage. So what is the power dissipated by the load RL? That is PL equal to VL square by RL. By putting this value, now if you want to find out the maximum, what you will do? You will differentiate. Okay, the value of RL that dissipates the maximum power is obtained by differentiating PL with respect to RL and equating the derivative to 0. Okay, so we differentiated and we are getting that when RL is, this load resistance is equal to RS, we can find out the maximum power dissipated. Okay, clear? So suppose maximum power. See here. Suppose this is your Thevenin voltage VTH, this is your Thevenin resistance RTH, or you can have the values also. You can take the inputs also by writing command V equal to input, enter the voltage in volts. You can give the values. RT is equal to, you can give the value of Thevenin resistance and you can compute the maximum power. So what we are doing, we are varying, means we are plotting the power, maximum power dissipation for different value of RL, means power dissipation for different value of RL. So we have taken VTH, say voltage source 5 volt, RTH that is 5 ohm. Then we are varying load resistance from 1 to 25 or say any other value. And then what we are doing, we are computing element by element. This period, this VTH dot, what it is indicating? Element by element multiplication. Okay. So I equal to VTH dot the sum of RTH plus RL. And then what we are doing, we are determining P equal to I square RL, element by element. Okay. Then we are plotting RL and P. Grid for obtaining grid, and these are for having the better graph so that you can have a better definition of the graph, means label on x-axis by label on y-axis and then title. So if I run is, see here, what I'm getting at 5 ohm, I'm getting the maximum power. For others, it is decreasing. So this way you can do that. There are different other methods also, many other methods. You can use differentiation, that function also, which is available here. Okay. Or you can
Yes,
do
sir.
what,
Yes.
what you can, instead of that, okay. Now it is asking enter the voltage in volts. So you are writing say 6 volt. Enter the value of Thevenin resistance, say 7 ohm, and then I'm running. See here. No, it is not storing. I think there is some problem. It is 5 volt. I have to close it and I have to run it. So you can do this by this method. Suppose you want to have 5 volt and 5 ohm, find out the value. There is one more method, I think, see, which I have not used. Help. If using this function also you can do this differentiating. Okay, you can do this. Next is, suppose you want to have transient analysis, means for RC network you want to plot the charging and discharging of a capacitor. So what will be the equation for charging and discharging? Anyone? Am I corrected? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Suppose I want to plot the voltage across this capacitor, this C. How will do? how I will do? I will write down these equations, means I will write these equations, say C dV by dt plus V0t by R is equal to 0, because there is no source. And if we say Vm is the initial voltage across this capacitor, then we can write V0t equal to Vm e raised to minus t by Rc. Okay. Similarly, if we have the source, we can find out this equation V0t equal to Vs into 1 minus e raised to power minus t by Rc. Now, to plot this, suppose this is the problem. Okay. You want to find out, let C is 10 microfarad. You want to plot the voltage across capacitor for different value of R, say 1 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm, 100 ohm. How I'll do that? Say RC transient. See here, I entered the values of C, R1. I computed time constant T1. Then I'm varying the time period from T to some 0 to say some time period. I'm plotting V1, V1 equal to 10 into 1 minus exponential minus T by tau 1. Okay, that is this time constant. Similarly for second and third, then I'm using this plot command to plot V1, V2, V3 with respect to time. I'm marking this axis by using the command axis, that is 0 for some different values, and these all are what characterizing the curve effectively, means to show the curve effectiveness we are writing title, X label, Y label, and so on. And if you want to show the respective graph values for, means which graph is for which values, we can write this text statement, text and so on. So what it would do, when I plot, see here, what I will get, see this text, what is saying, you have to place these text values at 0.42. So it is coming around 0.042, and it is plotting the value for C, plus is for R1, this circle is for R2, and for star is for R3. So what it is saying, for different value of R, the charging is entirely different. Means you can say, you can analyze the circuit behavior by changing the value of R. Means what is the rate of charging of this capacitor, through which you can find out what is time constant, rise time, hello,
Yes, sir.
what is time constant, hello,
RC.
what is rise time,
Time constant is time constant.
what is rise time,
Voltage become 37% of initial.
you are not audible,
Check, please mute yourself.
hello, I think you are not audible,
Disturbance is coming.
Time
hello,
constant is low when initial voltage become 37%. When voltage become 37% initial voltage.
there's a lot of sound noise is
आवाज
coming
नहीं आ
from
रही सर
background. There is a noise from background. Risha, there? Yes. So what is, hello, I'm audible or not?
Audible.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, we are audible.
What is rise time? That is the value from when the voltage is changing from 10% of maximum value to 90% of maximum value. It depends upon different, there are different definitions also. You can have from 20% to 80% also. So if you want to plot only one, you can change this. If you want to plot for different values, say you want to change the value of C, say 100 microfarad. See, the graph has changed. Okay. For different value of C, you can plot for this RC charging curve. So this way you can plot the curve for RC circuit. Similarly, you can go for RL also. I will not show here. I will not go in detail, but just show you. For RL circuit, you can plot the same thing. I will not go into detail of this. Next, suppose you want to find out there is a series resonance circuit, and you have been asked to find out the value of R, L, and C. Okay. For that, a series RLC circuit is resonating at a frequency of 1 megahertz with the characteristic impedance Z0 equal to 100 ohm, and the given bandwidth is of 20 kilohertz. You have been asked to find out the value of the individual component RLC. It means you have been asked to design, you have to synthesize. Means what are the component values R, L, and C. So at series resonance, how we can do that? At series resonance, this characteristic impedance Z0 is equal to what? R. So this Z0 equal to R is equal to 100, and thus we can find out R equal to 100 ohm. Now we can find L from the formula for quality factor, that is omega 0 L by R, and where omega naught is what? 2 pi F. And we know the formula for this quality factor, that is omega 0 upon bandwidth. You can find out QoS, and from that you can find out L, and from this formula we can find out the value of C. So if you want to do that, you can do the same. You will enter the value of F naught. See, RLC. No. See here, this is the circuit. You enter the value of F naught, whatever the value of the frequency, 1 megahertz. Okay, you entered 1 megahertz, then you computed angular frequency omega naught, that is 2 into pi into F naught. Then you entered the value of Z naught. You computed the bandwidth, that is given as 20 kilohertz. It is 20 kilohertz in terms of angular. You are writing omega naught equal to bandwidth equal to 2 pi into F. Then this omega 1 and omega 2, they are what? Half power frequencies, half power points. That is omega 2 minus omega 1. It is denoting the bandwidth. So omega 1 equal to omega naught minus bandwidth by 2, and omega 2 is omega naught plus bandwidth by 2, and R is equal to Z naught. You can compute QS, that is omega naught by bandwidth. From this formula, QS will go omega naught by bandwidth. Then you can compute L, that is R into QoS upon omega naught. So L equal to R into QoS upon omega naught. Then you can find out C, that is 1 upon omega naught square L. See here. Okay, so we are getting this C equal to 1 upon omega square naught L. Okay, and then when I'm running this, and then these all are what? For printing purpose. F printf. So what do you want to print? F printf. Okay. F printf, your value printing the value of R, L, and C. See here, you are getting the value of R equal to 100 ohm, L equal to 7.95 into 10 to the power minus 4 Henry, C equal to 3.183 into e to the power minus 13 Farad. So you can design a circuit also if you have been given specific task. Okay. So this way you can use to determine the circuit components. So analysis also and design also. The next, suppose you want to plot frequency response. Okay. Frequency response of high pass filter, low pass filter, band pass filter, band reject filter. Are you, all of you, means following me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, listening? Yes. So suppose you want to find out the response of high pass filter, low pass filter, band pass, and band reject filter, whose transfer function is given by these equations, these transfer function. Say for low pass, we are having k1 upon s square plus bs plus omega naught square. For high pass, we are having this equation. For band pass, we are having this equation. For band reject, we are having this equation. So what we'll do, we'll use here MATLAB function FREQ, frequency S, which is used to obtain the frequency response of particular transfer function HS, whose format is HS equal to this term, this word, into numerator, denominator, and the range of frequency. So range means is this a range of frequencies for the case which you are using, and HS is the frequency response in complex form. While what you will do, you will enter this numerator in terms of matrix and denominator in terms of matrix. What is the general expression for transfer function? Ys by xs, and it is denoted in this fashion. So this bm minus 1, b1 and b0, an minus 1, a1, a0, they are what coefficient of this equation. Okay, so suppose you have been given this transfer function hs equal to 2s square plus 4 upon s square plus 4s plus 16. So what you will do, you will enter the numerator, that is, see here, this equation will be 2s square plus 0s plus 4 actually. Okay, so how you will enter? You enter 2, 0 and 4. Then you will enter the coefficient of the denominator, that is 1, 4 and 16. So 1, 4 and 16. Now what you are doing, you are creating, you want to plot on log axis, logarithmic axis. Okay, so I'm using this function, this log space, w equal to log space from -2 to 4. Okay, so suppose I'm writing here help log space. What is showing? It is showing means logarithmically spaced vector, that is log space x1 comma x2. It generates a row vector of 50 logarithmically equally spaced points between decades 10 to the power x1 and 10 to the power x2. So what is the value here? Here from -2 to -4, it means from 10 to the power -2 to 10 to the power 4, it will generate 50 points on logarithmic scale. Then I'm using this function frequency S, that's FREQ S, in S domain, frequency response. So what I'm doing, what is the format? HS equal to this keyword in bracket, numerator, denominator, and the range. So what is the range? Range I already computed, that is W. So numerator, denominator, and W. So numerator is already there, denominator is already there, W is already there. Then I'm finding the frequency. I'm finding the magnitude response because I want to find out the magnitude response. So what is that? 20 log base 10 and absolute value of H. What is the H? This is the response. So by computing this, now I'm plotting, means what I'm doing, semi-log X. I'm trying to create a semi-log curve or semi-log graph where axis will be in the semi-log while y-axis will be in linear. So I'm writing semi-log X, F, and I'm plotting means x-axis will be frequency and y-axis will be your magnitude. Then I'm doing some other work to have proper graph, that is giving title, that is magnitude response. I'm denoting the x-axis by this, that is frequency in hertz, and y level, that is gain in decibel. So if I'm running this resonance, this was your frequency response. Okay, so filter, no, this is not the case. See here, this is the case. I have mentioned, means what I have done, I entered different matrices. This is for, say, low pass filter, this is for high pass filter, this is for band pass, this is for band reject, and then I use the same thing to plot because I changed the numerator and denominator. Okay, W log space and all these things are same. Suppose I'm using this matrix 0, 0, 4. That what does it mean? It means we are having a constant in numerator and second order equation in denominator. That is s square plus bs plus omega naught square. When I'm entering this, see 004 in the numerator and 1 4 16. That is s square plus 4s plus 16 in denominator, or while in numerator I am having 4. So this will characterize the low pass filter. If I'm running this, what I will get? What should be the curve? How the curve should look like? Yes? How the curve should look like? See here. This is the curve you are getting. The gain in dB, this is on linear scale, and this is on logarithmic scale. So frequency in hertz, and I'm plotting magnitude response. Okay. If I am to plot, say, response of high pass filter, what this high pass filter is showing? See, a2s square upon s square plus bs plus omega naught square. So the matrix will have here 2 0 0, that is 2s square upon s square plus 4s plus 16. So what should be the curve? See here, this is the response of high pass filter. Okay. Likewise, we can plot for band pass and band reject also. Okay. The next one is, I'll not go in detail of this, or just show you. We can find out the response of RLC circuit for who means if we have been provided with the values of L, C, and R, we can plot the frequency response. And for that, what I done, I use one command, say subplot also. Say RLC frequency response. See here. What I done, I've entered the value of L, C, R1, R2. I computed means numerator 1, denominator 1. Then use the same, that is log space. It means it will give you the x-axis from 10 to the power 1 to 10 to the power 4. Then I computed the frequency response using this keyword frequency S, numerator, denominator, and W. Similarly, I computed phase, I computed magnitude for the first one. And then I computed the same thing for second value, because in question I have been given that if L equal to 5, C equal to 1.5, and R equal to 10 times ohm, we have to plot the frequency response. And if I am changing the value of R, what will be the value of L and C? Means if I'm changing the value of R and C, and if L and C are not changing, what will be the frequency response? So I done in the same way, and I plotted. See here. This is the graph. So this is the magnitude response for 10 kilo ohm, and this is the phase response for 10 kilo ohm. This is the magnitude response for 100 ohm. This is the magnitude response, phase response for 100 ohm. So in the same graph, what you use? You used, instead of plot, I use subplot. So what it is doing? It is converting. See, help subplot, and find out. See, subplot creates in title documents. If we are having MNP or subplot MNP, it breaks the figure window into an M by N matrix of small axis. So if I'm writing here, say 2 by 2, 2 by 2, it means it will create 4 windows, and in the first window, it will plot this first one. Okay. See here. In the first window, I'm getting this magnitude response for 10 kilo ohm. In second, I'm getting magnitude response for 100, and then so on. So it is divided this whole plot into 4 sections. So this way you can plot the frequency response. And I'll go for last one. There are many, but I'll not go into this one, MATLAB. I'll go to MOSFET characteristics. Okay, because there is time limitation. So if I want to plot the MOSFET characteristics, so this is your NMOS, this is your PMOS. If you are going for NMOS, what we are saying, it is operating in cutoff if VGS is less than threshold voltage VT. When VGS is greater than VT and VDS is very small, we are saying that MOSFET is operating in linear or triode region, whose current equation is given by this, where Kn is what? Mu n CXW by L half. And if VGS is greater than VT and VGS is greater than VT and VDS is large, that is VDS is greater than equal to VGS minus VT, we are saying the MOSFET is operating in the saturation region. Okay, and these are some coefficient, means constant, mu n epsilon naught, epsilon oxide, TOX, LW means thickness, length and width of the thickness of the oxide, length of the channel, width of the channel, and respectively. So if I want to plot this, what we can do? See, I given the value of Kn. See this Kn. Suppose I'm having this value Kn. There is transconductance parameter. Kn is there. This is your threshold voltage. This is the value of VDS. It is varying from 0 to 12. This is the value of VGS. It is varying from 2 to 8. Now I want to compute, because I want to plot ID versus VDS for different value of VGS. So I taken 2 for loops for I equal to 1 to n and for j equal to 1 to m. When VGS is less than VT, the current is 0. When VDS is j is greater than VGS I minus VT, then current is what? Kn into what? Half of, means VGS minus VT ka whole square. And if it is smaller, what is the current equation? That is Kn into 2 into VGS I minus VT into VDS j minus VDS square. And then I'm plotting different values by using plot command, X label, Y label, and title and text. So these are common feature in all the programs, all the codes where you want to plot something. Then if I'm running this, what I'm getting? Just see here, just a minute. See here, I'm getting for VGS equal to 2 volt, for VGS equal to 4 volt, VGS equal to 6 volt, and VGS equal to 8 volt, I'm getting the different drain current for different value of VDS. So this way you can do many things with the help of this MATLAB. And may I stop, sir? Okay. Yeah, there is an indication that I need to stop because already it's 1:40 and people are waiting for lunch. So this way, these are very small circuits you can analyze or you can simulate with the help of this MATLAB, or you want to design also, you can do that. Okay, sir.
Thank you, Ashok sir, for your kind information about the MOSFET. I think you had covered the electrical circuit also. I think it will help the participant to understand how to implement these things in MATLAB, right? And I am again thankful to the Ashok sir for your.
There are good books. You can go. I taken the help of that. One is Stephen Carey's. Okay.
So I think आवाज आ रही है मेरी? Okay, sir. Sir, you can suggest us a few books, and I think some part of PPT is left for you. You can share with us. We can send to the participants.
One book is Stephen Carey's Circuit Analysis 1, Circuit Analysis 2.
If you have any query regarding it, you can ask. Otherwise, we will close today's session and we'll meet again at 4:30. And I think the next session is going to be very interesting because it consists of machine learning and all. So